100 Days to Live is written, produced and directed by Ravin Gandhi. Fun fact, Gandhi is a well-known entrepreneur and film buff. He shot this movie in about 3 weeks, while keeping his job as CEO of his own company. So how about that? This is the story of Rebecca, a woman whose fiancé has been abducted by a serial killer known as the Savior. So Rebecca must race against the clock to unveil the killer's identity and his particular motives. But soon enough she'll learn that this was no isolated incident. The movie set us up to a really bleak start, a tough subject matter. The first 10 minutes of the movie makes its point absolutely clear. It paints a devastating, grim scenario filled with innocent victims and coping survivors. At first glimpse, you may notice a resemblance with some classic serial killer and thriller movies, such as Zodiac, Silence of the Lambs, Cape Fear. But as the storytelling progresses, 100 Days to Live proves to have its own thing going on. Ultimately, the drama tilts the scale in its favor, thanks to a script that digs deep into the main character's psyche and traumas. During the second act, it feels like they get a little heavy-handed on character building, especially when they take longer than they should to develop the serial killer's trademarks, something that up to that point should be pretty clear to the audience already. There's also a bit of a serial killer profiling thrown in the mix. I mean, when they try to connect the dots and figure out why this guy does what he does. We see lots of realistic enough detective work, and sometimes it even makes you wonder, how come they seem to be doing such a great investigation and still can't get the guy? But just when you think you're watching another run-of-the-mill thriller, there's a key plot twist that changes the entire meaning of the story. From this moment on, the narrative takes a completely different perspective. It's a game changer. The non-linear narrative keeps you guessing right until the very end, and the mix of genres makes it hard for the audience to know what may happen next. If you're a nitpicking guy just like me, you may get the feeling that the plot twists tend to pile up, but in the end, the story's inner logic is pretty airtight. Summing up, 100 Days to Live is a provoking piece that uses the thriller tropes simply as an excuse to deal with heavier topics such as death and loss. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys as always for watching. 100 Days to Live is available in multiple VOD platforms, so if you happen to see it, please feel free to return to this video and just drop a comment below. I will continue doing both English and Spanish reviews on my channel, so if you would like to subscribe, that would actually be awesome. And hopefully, I'll see you next time.